All right, man. So Graham Glasgow is the center of some attention right now. He for the most part talked about Ben Johnson and he called him uppity. And basically uppity pretty much means like stuck up, arrogant, and the thing about it is I think he used the wrong word, or maybe he used the right word. I don't know. Right. But he called him uppity. And for the most part, that pretty much means stuck up. But I think in the context that he actually used it, what he meant to say he meant like upbeat, uppity as far as that. Now, at the end of the day, where Chicago fans, they gonna get mad about things and throw shots, but they're in no position to throw shots. Let me say something about Chicago. Chicago's a dumbass city. All right. Look at what they done with the immigrants. Okay. Look at what and look at what they done with the immigrants. They voted one woman. And yeah, I mean it. They voted they voted one woman in, and then they vote, and she didn't do shit. She was an idiot. Then they voted Brandon Johnson in, the school teacher. And yes, I follow politics to a certain extent. And they vote, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm saying this, and I'm gonna show you why I'm saying that in like a minute. And they voted the school teacher in or whatever, and all he did was basically finesse the system. He allowed the government, he sold out his people. He gave all their resources, a black man, to the immigrants. Okay. They do all that rah and that killing in Chicago, but then again, they won't to each other, but they won't do that to all them racist ass Hispanics in Chicago. Them Latin Kings, they don't pull up on them like that. That's why I be saying, man, really nobody in position to talk. Nobody's in position to talk. One thing we could say about Detroit, we ain't letting no Mexicans come in here and run shit. Yeah, not like that. All right. And then on top of that, for those who don't know, they don't even own their city parking. They sold their city parking for peanuts to the Middle East. So when you park on the street in Chicago, when you park on Chicago downtown, they don't even own that. They already tripled and quadrupled and quintupled their money. And I'm gonna tell you why I'm saying this. I'm gonna show you why. But let's listen to what Graham Glasgow had to say. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist, NFC North playlist. And you probably, if you're watching the screen, you can already see why I said it.
Not fun.
So you were not in the consideration for the OC job, is what you're telling us?
No. No.
No. Speaking of that, what's it been like with the transition from Ben to John?
I think it's gone pretty smoothly. They're completely different, I feel like, in the way that they go about things. Ben is, I think that John is a little bit more laid back than Ben was. Ben was a little bit more uppity. I wouldn't say he was. I feel like they kind of have the same amount of energy, but just it seemed like Ben was a little bit was more high energy because he was always just kind of getting after it. But things seem to be going well. Everybody seems to be picking things up pretty good, and I mean, I'm happy to see where we're at. Not fun.
So you were not in the consideration for the OC job, is what you're telling.
So basically, what he meant was he's just a little bit more rah in your face, right? And people say, oh, he used the wrong language, or and this guy, he says, well, there's a literacy problem in Detroit. Well, for the most part, Graham Glasgow did not grow up in Detroit. So what that got to do with anything education? Two, a lot of people, he grew up in Aurora, Illinois. So, hey, Illinois, if you say he can't read, you Chicago idiot, guess what? Hold this L. He grew up in y'all Illinois school system. Hold this L, idiot. Now, back to the topic, on which I'm gonna continue to say why I said that. He just pretty much mean he's a little bit more rah-rah. That's exactly what he meant. He basically said that Ben Johnson is a little bit more of a rah-rah guy. He's a little bit more in your face. He's a little bit more, that's just the way he is. And look here, that's cool. That's cool. He used the wrong word. Do you know how easy it is to get up on an interview or do any type of public speaking or media speaking and to get things wrong and say wrong words all the time or take things out of context, professionals still do it. People on TV, the only reason they don't do it is because they're reading off a teleprompter, which can be hard too, because you got somebody in your ear, and also then you got somebody, you know what I'm saying, that it's in your ear, then you got somebody, you got to read the teleprompter and know when to go to break and all that stuff. So look here, but most people who ain't never did public speaking and who's scared to talk to a girl, who's scared to talk to a room full of people who never done it before, they criticizing people for it. It's easy to use the wrong words. It's easy, to get up on a public platform and say the wrong things. Trust and believe me. That's why they have public speaking classes in college. You know what I'm saying? It's a gift. It's something that it's also, some people are just gifted enough to do public speaking. When you see comedians or public speakers or motivational speakers, or you start to see those people, that's a gift. That's a flat out gift. That shit is hard. Everybody think, oh, you can just start YouTube and I can do YouTube and anybody can do YouTube. Right? And then they do it and they can't do it. They it's harder than I thought it was. And exactly, it's not a cakewalk. Some of you ninjas be reading off the paper. Y'all be having notes. I don't have no notes. It's all talent. It's all game. It's all critical thinking skills. I know what I want to say. Do every now and again I forget to make a point? Yeah, it happens. You can always go back and edit it, or you can say it in the next video, or you can mention it in the community tab. But I don't miss too many major points. But a lot of people don't have the talent to do this, bro. They don't come up with catchphrases. They don't come up with they don't have their own lingo. They don't have their own style. All they do is mimic and copy everybody else. But let me say why I said that, right? So this idiot. So he said, despite hosting several higher learning institutions in national research, University of Detroit has been facing a continued decline of its adult literacy rate that amounts to 47%, meaning half of the city's population are functionally illiterate. What do Graham Glasgow got to do with the city of Detroit? The Lions play in the city of Detroit. The Lions don't practice in the city of Detroit. And I'm willing to bet you that 100% of the Lions don't live in the city of Detroit. I'm willing to bet you that 100% of the Lions don't live in the city of Detroit. So that has nothing to do with us. Now, at the same time, I can make a case that literacy across the nation is dropping. It's a bunch of idiots out here. Have y'all been out here? The average American ain't too smart. That's a fact. The average American isn't too smart. They don't have common sense. You got people that are educated that are idiots. And I got to get to this video on one of my other channels, man. Hit the link in the description. Free Game 89 on my main channel. That link's in the description. Goodfella TV. And it must be said, there was literally a girl and another person. I can't remember if it was a girl or a guy. I look these stories up and talk about them. I've been saying this for a while. But there literally was a girl, for sure, and another person. But I'm just talking about the girl. She graduated with honors, 3.0, 4 point something, and she could not read. She was illiterate. She could not read. And she basically used AI or used her phone to get by. So just because you are smart, that don't mean you literate. I'm telling you that right now. That don't mean you literate. So the guy goes on to say, well, Graham Glasgow might actually be stupid. He definitely doesn't know what the word uppity means. He's from Detroit, Michigan, so he has 50. Well, at the end of the day, he's from Illinois. You fucking idiot. He's from Illinois. How do you feel now? He's from Illinois. So there you have it. Like I said before, they try to be the smartest people in the room. But look at y'all school system created Graham Glasgow. Hold his L. Hold his L. And let's not just talk about how stupid Chicago is, man. Look at the mayor. Fucking idiot. The last two mayors, idiots. Them idiots that's sitting there dying over blocks that they never were on. But they won't do nothing to them Hispanic people. So who's the real idiot, man? Like I said before, I got a bunch of homeboys in Chicago, for sure. But to sit here and call anybody stupid, bro, y'all better look at y'all situation, man. and get it together. Them Saudis own y'all streets, man. You probably don't even know that. Like I said before, it's easy work. Easy work. And then y'all want to be just like us, taking our coaches and shit and think it's gonna make a difference. Y'all been shitty forever, bro. Y'all living off 85. If Jay Cutler would have quit the damn NFC Championship game, he could never come back to Detroit. And ride a bike, he can never come back to Detroit. That just lets you know how soft Chicago fans is right then and there. I thought the Cubs played at Wrigley, wherever they played at. They play right at weak ass Soldier Field. That's where they play at. Team so damn dumb, they want to get every offensive coordinator to come in and throw the football, but you an outdoor team. You don't run the damn football, idiots. But hey, check out the Detroit Lions South playlist, NFC North playlist. I appreciate the love and support. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Hit the link tree. You can find me everywhere from X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Amazon, Kick, Twitch, the whole nine. Appreciate the love and support. Everybody showing the channel. But other than that, man, I ain't pretty much got nothing else. I pretty much ain't got nothing else to say. But hey, let me know what you think about this particular story and about the Chicago idiot. He probably don't even live in Chicago. He probably live in Milwaukee. But hey, peace.